this is incredibly muddy. So today we're gonna try and go spray. It's like 60 degrees, 55, 60 degrees. I gotta fill up my water truck with water because it was kind of cold this past weekend. We gotta go fill up my water truck with water, and then we're gonna take this thing, fill up water, and fill up the sprayer. Then it should be good to go for a little bit. I only got like 60 acres of spray a day or something like that. Not that much, but it's enough to do. It's enough to keep me busy for a while. Don't be dead. Come on. Come on, baby. Also, at the end of this video, I'm going to go over why you should delete the EGR on your pickup. We had a pickup that had an EGR trouble, and I'll get to that later on in the video. We thought we had a blown head gasket, but it ended up just being the EGR. So I'll get to that here at the end of this video. I'll go in the shop and I'll show you like the EGR tubes and stuff like that, but I'll get to that at the end of more towards the end of the video. We got some other stuff we got to do first before we can get to that. So new hose. There's only one way to find out if it's gonna work or not. That's better than the old one. You know, I'm sitting here. This tank overflows, I'm getting wet. I like living my life on the edge. And yes, before someone asks me, this is our scales. This is our high-speed water pump. The other one that we got in the shop is slow and takes forever, and I've already got all my stuff on here, so all I need is water. This one will fill me up in about 5-10 minutes, whereas the one up there at the farm will fill me up in about 3 hours. So I'd almost be stupid not to come out here and fill up. But this, we do a no-till because we got drip tape on it. Drip tape is an underground, I explained it in my last video, I do believe, but it's an underground irrigation, and we can't work it so because it's only about 8-10 inches underground, so we can't work it, so therefore we gotta spray it to get rid of our cover crop or stuff like this, just little weeds and small stuff like that. So we're gonna run Roundup and dicamba, or glyphosate and dicamba. Might as well drink some of it too while I'm at it. I mean, besides, everybody says it gives you cancer. I don't have it yet. Ross is filling up the truck. He's just driving around, actually, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's just driving. I think we got about as much water as I'm gonna need for today, so. We gotta shut off the valve before I can pull the hose off on this valve. A little bit less water. Oh yeah, still underway. Looks like I got a little trouble driving right there. Guess I'll have to get that fixed. Since we're spraying corn ground, we're not going to use all the chemicals that I would use for beans. We're only using what they call LI 700, Choice, Roundup, and dicamba. Roundup and dicamba are the two that are going to kill your weeds. LI 700 and Choice are surfactants. We aren't using any residual right now because we don't need it. We don't need it yet. We haven't started planting, so we're going to wait to put on the residual until we start planting. This is just to kill the weeds on the cover crop ground so that we don't have to deal with weeds at a later time. God, I love that feature. Shuts off on its own. So I'm going to fill you in a little bit on what I just did here. I just went in and set up all my documents. Cornerstone, and then my product application LI 700 and choice, cornerstone, and rifle. So then that way, whenever I go into my iPad to do my records for the spraying season, all I gotta do is go in there instead of having to sit there and calculate, okay, well I put 40 acres on, I've sprayed 40 acres on this field, and divide it, add it, subtract, you know, whole ordeal of math and all kinds of other stuff. Electronics make it a lot easier. All I gotta do is go in here, hit a few buttons, hit a print button, and then I got all of my records for this spraying season. Pretty simple, easy and quick. Done. And then I'm done. I also had to change my crop season and my task because I forgot to change my crop season, and I have to change my task for corn because I'm spraying for corn ground. This is all going to be in corn right here. I forgot to change my nozzles, so now I gotta go back there and switch all 100 of my nozzles and turn them. Go me. So we got this first field here done. It was about 17 acres, and then we gotta go across the road right here. We gotta go across the road and do it. I got my nozzles changed and all that stuff. I'm still trying to kind of figure everything out again. I mean, it's just like trying to learn to drive again, basically, because you forget how to set up everything and how all your electronics work. So we're working on figuring that out still, and then hopefully we'll be able to finish everything up around here today and move on to the next one. And I think the next place I'm going to go is Robinson, Illinois. I got some ground up there that's pretty far away that needs worked on. We don't really get to plant it until late May, middle May, late May. So I'm gonna have to go up there and do something, otherwise we're gonna have a big mess trying to get into that field. So whenever I'm spraying bean ground like this, usually I can run anywhere pretty much as fast as I want. I can run about 20 miles an hour. Right now I'm only going about 15 because I'm trying to figure everything out again, kind of just trying to ease into it instead of just full on going at it. There's been a big debate lately on glyphosate. Somebody decided that they wanted to sue Monsanto for their cancer and claim that it was all because of glyphosate. Why am I and the other sprayer guys still alive and cancer-free? I've been around glyphosate for the past, probably since I was at least around the farm, 7, 8 years old. I've been around glyphosate. I just don't understand it. I really don't. I mean, it's been around for 20 years and cancer's been around for about who knows how long. So anyways, everybody probably wants to hear about the pickup, or might want to hear about the pickup that was having EGR troubles. The EGR on that pickup, there's sidewalls that go around the piping for the tube. And whenever I was trying to fix a fuel leak on it, this truck, we thought we had a blown head gasket on, because you'd drive it out on the road and it would have a bunch of white smoke coming out of the exhaust until it got warmed up. Well, everybody around the farm thought it was a blown head gasket, because that's what happens whenever you have a blown head gasket. You get a lot of white excess smoke. So I pulled it apart, and whenever I pulled the EGR cooler off to get down to the fuel pump, there was antifreeze or coolant that came out of the inside of the EGR tubes. And right then I was like, this is not right. So I pulled it the rest of the way off, and I was looking at it, and there was antifreeze sitting about this much all the way across the bottom of that EGR cooler. And what we think happened was the EGR cooler, where your coolant circulates around the cooler, it blew a hole in the side of it or something like that. We really aren't sure exactly what happened. You can't pull it apart without just destroying it. So we ordered a delete kit for it, and we're going to delete the EGR off of it because of that reason. We don't want we don't want that to continue to happen. So on that pickup, we wound up finding out that it wasn't the head gasket. We found out that it was just the EGR cooler. Got very lucky because doing the head gaskets would have been very, very expensive to do the head gasket, to do a head gasket replacement on it. So we got pretty lucky on that one. I got it all apart. Now all I gotta do is wait on the kit to get here to fill in the emissions, and then it will be back on the road and running. That is my work truck. That is what I drive for the farm. It is a 2012 Chevy with a diesel motor in it. So we're expecting to start planting here in the near future. Aren't really sure yet on an exact date because of the weather. It's still kind of muddy in places. We're kind of waiting on it to dry out a little bit more. Right now I'm in a field and it's kind of muddy in this lower ground, so I'm probably gonna have to quit on this field. It's really too wet to be doing this. So that'll probably be it for today, guys, and remember to hit your like and subscribe button, the red button down at the bottom, and the thumbs up, and I guess I will see you next time.